Okay, the house faces west. This is east. We're in the southeast corner of the property. But are you really going to walk around this whole retaining wall? I sure am. Okay. It's beyond the scope. You don't have to do that. Well, I want to see the house. I want to see the house from a distance too. Just kind of get an idea about how it's going here. This is a retaining wall, and I've talked about it earlier in the one of the exterior wall, the first exterior wall video. And if it's less than 4 feet, a building permit wasn't required. The building permit wasn't required, even if it was. This is higher than 4 feet. That should have had a building permit, or maybe the area was in civil engineering and went through a broader approach about the permitting process. It didn't really apply to the structure, but more to the community. I don't know. So is this retaining wall performing the function for which it's intended? Is retaining the earth. Okay. Who does this wall belong to? I'm not a civil, I do not do surveys. Okay, but a general consensus is that it belongs to whoever's property it's retaining. So this would be your neighbor's wall. If it falls down, it would be on your wall, on your neighbor or the community, or maybe y'all get together like on a fence or something. I don't know what all the arrangements are, but if it did fall down, it's farther than twice its height to the structure, so it will have no immediate effect on your structure. Do you want it to last? You bet. Do I know if it's got any support behind there, any geogrid back there? I don't know. Was it backfilled properly with the right layers of gravel and sediment? I don't know. I don't know. This is just your retaining wall. And we're coming along here, and I also kind of want to know why. Okay, this is your swale, and this is where your water goes. It's supposed to do that, and it's going to be greener here than it is down there because the grass is going to try to drink it up as it travels out towards the street. So that having a little bit of green grass inside your swale, that's not unusual. Now this grass is coming down here that's green. Well, this gives me some question. Obviously, more water is getting here than it is here. Why? I don't know. Okay. Moving on along. It's even, look at here. Squishy. I wonder what's back there. Why is it? Can you hear that? What is that about? What is back there? Huh. Okay. Interesting. I'm glad I came over here. Go on around. Let's see. Why is the ground wet in the middle of the retaining wall at the backyard? I'm going to have a good report. I gotta tell you something. I must like to write long reports. This retaining wall looks like it's pretty much doing its job. It's not really cracking. You got a little bit of separation, but when you get this much, okay, this is a cement mortar, and the brick, this is different materials. You're going to get a little bit of cracking like that. But you know, it's rough, it's rustic. Not too far from here, they've got some old abandoned houses out in the wilderness. Used to be gas stations and hotels and motor courts and stuff like that. And the buildings are long gone, but the walls are still standing, you know. So there's some longevity with this type of retaining wall, with this type of wall, period. There's some longevity there. But, I don't know. I don't know where that water's coming from. That's what I don't know. All the way down. And it peters out on the other side of the fence. But there's your steps. Now these steps are not dimensionally uniform, pretty much, but not dimensionally uniform. These are just rough steps. And again, beyond the scope of my report.